Hold and consider turning down videos. Well, I think we live though. It just gave me a little warning message, but it's your boy BC, man, and it's like my first official episode. I just want to like break down what I've been learning, what I'm doing, and how I'm gonna keep progressing. And I just want to share my journey with everybody too, cause I know I'm doing the unconventional way of a career, an unconventional career that a lot of people in my community may not be used to. So I kind of just want to share that with everybody, and bring y'all into what I'm trying to learn and how I'm trying to get better at what I'm trying to do. So I already been working on this little project. I want to make like a to-do app. I'm mostly familiar with back-end technology currently, so that's what I'm going to focus on later on in the stream. Hopefully, we can get to some front end and UI components, maybe with React. That's one of the tech stacks that I'm familiar with. But mostly this stream gonna focus on back end work, .NET, C Sharp. I just finished an internship learning about that, so I just want to get better at that and understand more about that because that was really helpful and like just seeing everything that we did and how we made an application. That was cool. Maybe one day I could walk y'all through that. But anyway, let's get to the show, man. Let's get to the show. Yeah, right now I'm trying to connect my database to my actual application here. As you see right here, I got something called task bills. That will be my database name. This right here, it's the string to get in my database. Uh, and yeah, I'm using the basically the template that they gave us when we left the internship. I just copied it over to my personal computer and just started working that way. you know. So I could show y'all the database real quick also. It's gonna take a while to come up. I don't want to leave that open too long because that does take a lot of memory. So as we waiting, man, I just hope everybody doing good. It's my first official stream. I'm not even sure if anybody's tuned in at all. It doesn't even matter though, because this really for me. It's not really for anybody else. I just wanna have something to look back on when I'm as I go through my career, and I can say, yeah, I was doing this way, and I was learning this type of way. So that's how I feel. So yeah, as you see, the management studio does take a while to load up, but once it does load up, I could go into my database and show y'all, the things that's going on. Something else I want to show y'all is like some cool Git commands if anybody familiar with Git. So this is like the default string that I use for to connect to my database. So once we get in there, it's up. Like I said, I got a lot of applications going, so it may take a while. One day I do want to add like a few more memory sticks to my laptop though. You know. So this is the database I'm using right here, task bills. You see the previous one, JA scheduler. That was with the internship I spoke about. Um, so as right now, we have a few tables in here. Just give it a while. I just want to show y'all this briefly why I want to connect to this database and why I'm finna go through these changes. So for the application, the one thing that you have to have is users. So right here, I have my different different column and rows. This will be the users table. So my primary key is the ID for the user. And I also have it set up to where it's like auto increments. So each user will be unique. You know. And give me a second. Give me 1 second. So each user would be unique. This is sort of like the data types. The ID would be a number, so that's why it's int. The Your name, that's letters, characters. That's why it's varchar. And we got a limit of 50. I don't think anybody's name should be too much longer than 50. I mean, if it is, then we could do some adjusting, but nobody's name should be that long. But as you know, you never know. You never know. Phone number and as I mentioned, ID, those are numbers. So email, varchar 100. The other table that I have is called user tasks. And this one, I'm kind of iffy on what I was doing here. I was kind of trying to build off of, like I said, what I learned in my term with the with my internship. So what I want to do here is like since my user ID will be linked to the users table, I want to make a separate table where my task ID will be linked to a task table, and in the task table they will be able to describe the task, maybe add a due date, um, description of the task. I'm trying to, but I want to keep it minimum, so maybe not too much as that. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So right now, I'm gonna just close this because I'm focused right now on connecting. Now that I have like basically the database set up, I'm really focused now on just connecting my database to my actual code that I'm working on. And that's gonna take a while because like I said, I'm using the template that they gave us, and the template they gave us was it consists of the database we were already using. So I just gotta go in and just change all that. Man, I learned so much neat stuff. Like you could just not even copy, just go to the end of the word, press shift. Like that was tight. Control A, Control V. Like stuff you been knew, but it's like you really just find out better and find out how to use it. So this would be like you see I'm in my DB settings under persistence. This would be my connection to the database also. So that's something else I need to change. Junior associate DB context. Since I'm not junior associate anymore, this is actually my DB context. And if you was with me earlier, you see I'm following this little article called Code Maze. Um, and this basically C#.NET Work Entity Framework Core, EF Core, what they call it. So, what is DB context? The context class is another important part of the application. As I mentioned, that's how I'm trying to connect my application to the database, my code to the database. So the class must inherit from DB context base class, which contains information and configuration for accessing the database. So let's go back to my code. As you see, like when we was doing this, it already had stuff in there. So what I'm gonna do, okay. So what I'm gonna do is change this name to, and something else my mentor taught me was like, you could really rename everything. If you highlight it and click rename, yep. So see, rename will update in 15 references and in 7 files. And that's a lot. So I do want to be careful in what I'm doing, but I could always just like revert the changes. So let's just see. Junior Associate DB context. I'm gonna name it Taz Bills DB context. And I'm sure it's probably gonna break the application, but you know, this what we do. We break stuff and we learn what we did wrong and we fix it. So that's what I'm on right now. But my computer taking a little minute though. I don't know what's going on. It's not the fastest, but I guess I got too much stuff open. I'm trying to stream. I got Visual Studios, and that take up a lot of storage. So, and it did say in 7 different files. Like that's a lot of files to update that in. But as you see, it did it. So, and I could check the files by going to this right here, something called Get Changes. That might take a minute too. I don't have the fastest computer though, man, So as we waiting, we can talk, but as you see now, it did update that in multiple places. Oh, then I put a capital U. I did not try to do that. I'm gonna have to update that. You want to be consistent with your code. That's one thing that they taught us too. So just update that real quick. And you see that time it ain't take long because basically the computer already know how to do it. So, but it still didn't update this. Let me see. I don't even think nobody watching, but this really, like I said, I mentioned earlier, this really for me. It's not really for nobody else to design time factory. I'm not familiar with this, but I guess this may be something new. Probably because I updated the database to like maybe something to like retrieve it. But we're not gonna worry about that right now. I'm gonna just keep following this article. So let's create a name. I created my name. DB said students. Okay, I gotta change my DB set as y'all seen earlier in this. It said the dad jokes. I'm on. Already have a DB set with a few. A few domain classes that I made with users and user tasks. So let me just change that to user. User. Let me see. But yeah, so I need to put the S on the end. This is basically my type, and this is basically I don't know if I'm saying it right. Type name assignment. This is basically my name. Type name assignment. Type name assignment. See, I had a hard time remembering that too during my little internship. So that's why I just want to sit on here and get like better and just like hold myself accountable. Cause I mean the only way you're gonna get better is by doing it. So so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show other people basically how to do it too, even if they don't want to do it, even if they don't want to do it. That might take a while. Like I said, my computer not too fast. I got too many applications open. So, I think that's good. I think that's good right now. Cause I only have two domain classes, only two. So that's the only thing I'm gonna focus on right now. As you see here, they made theirs. Register a context class after we have finished creating the application context class. Okay, that's the DB context class. We can proceed. I mean, that's my task builds class. We can proceed towards its registration. So I need to go in my startup CS files. Startup CS. Hmm. It's somewhere. I think it might be my program CS though. That's a mostly older documentation. So, some things may have changed. And if it says build us configure services, start over to modify configure service method. So I got a method in here called configure service somewhere. Look, configure application services. So let me just find out what that is. Configure. And I could do a shift, what is control, shift F, and that'll kind of search for, oh, don't skip, find all, and that'll kind of like show me where everything is at. And I'm in my program.cs file, so application service registration. This is so I could register my database. This did it? I don't think this is it though. Nah, this not it. It may be it though. But this the only thing coming up, so authentication, swagger, HTTP. Yeah, I noticed the startup file, so this way it has to be. We'll be using. So this we'll use this. Um, so I'm using. It's under add controllers. Add controllers right here. Configuration. So when I get stuck, I do like to just talk to Chat GPT and see how to get out of that sometimes. So let me just see how to phrase this question. Okay, I'm just and it usually gives look how fast it gives you an answer as necessary. Kind of tells me where I'm going wrong at, where I need to look at. And I use this to my advantage, man, because this really kind of helps you to understand, like, what are you doing, what you looking for, and basically how you could get better. And they say AI is gonna take over, but I don't truly believe in that. I feel like it's still gonna have to have people to watch over the AI because you know they gotta be diverse. So in the create host builder method. So that's why I need to look. Create host builder method. I'm gonna do this. That's my JWT builder authentications. Hmm. Maybe that's not nothing I could do about that. There's no telling. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just search for that uh, man, they don't have nothing with that. Man, gotta see what I'm gonna do. But as I'm waiting, I could just talk to y'all, man. How they going? I don't think nobody on the stream, but it's just me. This for me. This I'm trying to get better. I gotta get better, man. 'Cause I could have had a job if I knew how to code better. So this really for me over anything. Over anything. I gotta make sure this database attached. Okay, look where it's at. Persistence, service, registration. So, I mean, I could just click right there. It's right down my face. We're gonna pin this and look at it real quick. Now, boom, I found it. Okay, okay. Registers the DB context without the dependency injection container. So now I need to basically look. This already changed this to task builds because remember it was just junior associate DB context, but because I made it to change like everywhere, it updated it. So now I just need to change this to. I hope this right. Rename. Okay, sometimes you can't do it because maybe under cares or inside or something, so you can't just go and rename and stuff. That's another thing to know. I'm gonna just name it Taz. Wait, Taz Bills DB. Oh man, but I should clear myself before, cause I'm naming my database plural when I think it should just be singular. So I need to navigate back to, or I could go to my scripts. What are my scripts? Infrastructure. I gotta create script that has to use which database to use. So I'll be able to I'll be able to rename it. It won't be that much hard. Like I've been doing, just do the rename. And I named my database with an S, so I'm gonna just keep the consistency and keep naming it with S. Services, registers. Now we'll get into that later. Something about generic repositories. But so far, I think it's good. Make sure I save all these changes. So I don't have to do SQL connection. I'm doing something different than them. But it's basically the same thing what they did. Just making sure everything got to check out. Public services that add DB context options. Use SQL server. Okay. As you see, Entity Framework Core, EF Core. That's something nice to know. You can use pool at the end, so that way, it won't create a new instance every time. It'll check if something already there, and they'll use that one. All right, now it's dependency injection time. And I was enjoying this when we had went over. I ain't gonna lie, my mentor, he just kind of went straight went in that thing. I can't even lie. So let me see. Right now, our context class ready to be used inside our application. So let's add values. Let's add the values, control and modify. So I need to go to a separate controller because I don't have they. That's the name. That's the name of their controller. So I need to go to look for underscore context in my file real quick. I think I know where it's at though. Now that I'm looking at it and remembering. DB context. Consider. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna come back to that later. I can't think right now because I'm looking for the DB context thing, so I could change it. Context. Let me just look for it. Clean up persistence. Okay, so them the only three is in. So it's in one of these dependencies. How did we do that dependency injection? Let me see. There's something I'm missing. Now, give me a second, though. Let me look for controller base. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. There you go. Nah, this for. I don't know what this for. Oh, this for my API. This for. I ain't messing with nothing with that. I ain't messing with that. Oh, I could just. Why I'm going wrong with that? Maybe that is it right there. No. So I gotta update it right here too. Oh no, that's in that. That's that time factor file. I'm not sure what to do with it. That's the whole. That's the only place it's in. And I guess it do have snapshots of the database. There we go. This is the dependency injection right here. But it was already updated because I renamed the files. You just sometimes you gotta do some research. Somebody calling me from Wilson, LA. I wonder what they got going on. Not answering. But yeah, so that's what I need to look at. Yeah, I knew we named it DB context. So instead of how they named it just context, we named it DB context. We didn't add it in the controller. We actually just added it in our generic repository class. That way it's kind of getting added every time from there. So you see DB context, DB context. So I just need to go in and like verify that that was even updated. I had to make sure. And this is my generic repository. I'm gonna pin that too, just so I can come back to it. So as I keep building out my database, it'll have things to update, create, and delete. After a while, I'm gonna have to put something in here so that way it knows when to delete. And yeah, but actually, because we did something different in our internship, where we put that in our actual controller. That's why you see not implemented, no exceptions, not implemented exception. But it actually gets implemented on the controller part. So back to the file, man. We got our dependency injection inside our application. We don't need to modify it. Uh, one parameter, but we can provide the generic version, whether we use generic or non-generic. If we navigate to the DB context, we're going to find three properties inside. Well, let me navigate to so three properties inside the DB context class: database, change tracker, and the model. And like all my packages already installed because, like I said, I'm using a replica, basically a template given to us at the end of the internship. So I might need to look for a DB context dot model before we do that, let's install. After installation, we can modify our Git. Okay, that he talking about inside this API. I don't have to worry about that. Let's just keep going on. Cause there's like a series or whatever. Oh yeah, before that, let me push my changes. Let me push my changes. That's one thing I need to do. And now I can show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how to do that the other way. So I'm gonna do that through something called Get Bash. So I could have just did a regular push right here, created a PR and all that, but I want to go through the command line. You know, the command line kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie. Once you know your keys and everything, it could be a little bit tricky sometimes too, though. So you gotta be careful. So I got my brand save on the new week, so I'm trying to make sure everything's saved before I close this. So I don't want to use too much storage on my computer. It's already going too slow. And while I wait on that, I'm gonna just ask Chat GPT, cause I need to do a get fetch, and I need to do a get add so that all my files are added. Then a get push, then a get commit. And I got a notebook for that, but I can't never find it. I got a notebook with all that in there. Oh, here you go right here. With everything, all my get commands that I need, I swear. And it's only like five that you really need. It's only like five, bro, I swear. So, first, let's go. Let me CD into my projects. I think that's what it's in. CD means change directory. So, I can't even CD into my projects, bro. Where I'm at, where I'm at. List where I'm at. So right now they don't have me in the right spot. So I need to copy this path real quick. Cause it got me outside, like in my, I don't know how to explain that. But this is where I wanna be. I wanna be in this folder, so sometimes it's kinda hard to go through the command line. I could've, like I said, I could've just went to the went through Visual Studio. Oh yeah, you can't copy like that. On Get Bash, I was trying to do Control V, but you gotta actually use your mouse and copy that over. And I need to go to change directory. Well, how about this? Uh, Sometimes it be like that. How to get to my? It's not even reading it right. Maybe I need to go to CD. No, that's not it. Dang, y'all really getting something live because I'm stuck right now. I might have to use that. How do I get to my home directory? Get to my home directory. Get to my home directory. Matter of fact, before I use this, so I could change the default location to that, but I don't want to do that right now. I just want to. You gotta use your resources sometimes, go man. Oh man, that's simple though. CD and a tilde. I think they call it tilde. Now look, now I'm in my directory. Now I go to CD projects. See, sometimes, shit, I don't know what I did though. I might have to exit. I don't know what I did. I got the arrow pointing. I can't even type anymore. Let me just. I know what to do now though. It's 11 o'clock, man. I need to get some grub. I need to get something to eat. I don't even want clothes. See, I had a few commands right here. I was ready to show y'all. But while I'm waiting, let me just go to this right here. That's to fetch the latest changes. That's to fetch and pull the latest changes. Let me make sure I notate that for myself. Fetch and merge. That's what I got it written as. Get checkout, get stats, get push. No, I might have to go to task manager and kill that one. And when dealing with computers, man, after a while you realize ways to stop different things from running. So just let it load up a little bit. And it's not even showing up on task manager, so uh what's going on? There you go. Alright, man. Uh, tilde. That's all I was trying to do. CD to my project file. Okay, what's in my projects file? CD to my to-do app. Alright, this is my to-do app. The other file is called a solution file. I don't want a CD to that one. I just want CD to my to-do app. Hmm. You know what? I'm in the wrong directory. So CD to my projects. CDJA. Get. Oh yeah, get check out. No. Check all my branches. That I need to do now. To make sure I'm in the right thing. Check all my branches. Get branch dash dash branch dash dash So I'm not in this. This not even the right directory. CD. Hmm. Let me see. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Because I had to like change the origin of the file to my actual computer. Oh, not that one. So that one ain't it. And that's what projects. So CD to look, there you go, new week. And that's the branch I was working on. Man, that took a long time, but that's helpful to me because I'm in the command line. I'm learning these commands. I'm doing it. I'm not just. I mean, it's cool to do it in the user interface, but you won't know some of this stuff because it's way faster. Like when I changed the origin of the file to host it on my GitHub, you couldn't do that through the user interface. Like you really had to do that through the you had to do that through this Git bash. So let me do a Git fetch just to make sure I got everything on there. And I could do a Git status to see like how many commits I'm above or behind. So and as you see, it's saying some of the changes that I made. So I'm gonna just do a Git add dot. That basically signs add all my changes. What's after Git add? Git add. Uh, I think it's my Git commit. Let me see. Let me just do a Git status again. Okay, now the green basically saying that it's been added on, so I just gotta commit it now. Or should I push before I commit? Hmm. Let me see. Should no, I don't know. You should not push. Committing and pushing are two separate, and they should be done. So you commit first, and then you push. So that's good to know. Cause sometimes I get confused. I'm only one man, and they say you add a commit message. So uh, updated a database to connect. I think you gotta do a dash M though. So that's message. All right. So now let me go again to get status just to see. So it's basically saying like everything, I did my other get status. The first time it was showing red, like, okay, you didn't add these changes. Then the second time I did it, I added them. And now it's saying, okay, now they're added. This time I'm basically committing to that. And now I'm about to do a push so I can push it through for a merge request and basically merge my changes together with my old repo. Then I'm gonna delete this branch, make a new branch, add some more changes on there. So that's how that's gonna go. So what else we could go to? Get push. I wonder if you could push with a message. I don't think it's necessary at all. I guess my git commit must is basically a git push, right? Let's see. I should see a merge request here, but I don't. Oh man, what I did? Oh, nothing in command working on it. I might have to go back in Visual Studio, man. I'm kind of nervous. I ain't gonna lie. Look at Gap. Shout out Gap, man. Shout out by Gap TV, man. Shout out Gap. You know, come fuck with me the right way. I mean, come mess with me the right way. I'm sorry. I gotta keep it professional on the stream, man. You never know who watching out to. But I don't know what I did wrong. Get pushed. No week. Why my get pushed not working, man? Why get pushed? Why get pushed? Nah, I'm authenticated. I know that ain't it. I know it ain't my network. Wi-Fi connect. Let me just copy this and say, oh, okay. So this might be the reason. Cause I was looking at that upstream thing. Let me see. And it does say, um, man, I'm about to do this before I mess something up. Y'all forgive me, man. Forgive me. I'm supposed to be the pro, man. It's so much easier in this part though. Watch. And this does take a while to load up too. After I commit this change though, I'm good. I'm gonna be off for the day. Cause man, I didn't know that was gonna be that much. But like I said, this really just to help me, you know, get better at what I want to do. So yeah. And look, it's showing right here that I got an outgoing change, but I don't know what's the problem. What's the hold up? And now I gotta wait on the project to load. You see, loading project 0 out of 7. Take a while. Hope everybody good, dog. I made the orange. I'm finna go eat some milk though. I ain't really eating nothing this morning. Shout out to Gap, really supported the nigga, man. He came through on the stream. Shout out Gap TV. If y'all know him, man, y'all go subscribe to his channel. I don't know if he making content no more, but I'll take over the game for him, you know. I'll take over the game. All right, let me go to get changes so I can push this. Still taking a while to load up. Before I push that, I'm gonna do some investigating myself. Cause it might be me. It might be me. I don't know. As you see, it say outgoing. I should be able to do just a simple push, but they're not allowing that. Let me see what I'm doing. To push the current branch and set the remote as upstream. Well, let me just do that real quick. Push I mean, I could have did this first, but I just wanted to make sure. But I'm used to just doing git commit, git push. Now let's see what it did in GitHub. Oh look, it made a PR already. 8 minutes ago when I was doing that. Usually though, it pop up like right up here. Oh, there you go. Push less than a minute ago. So that did fix my issue that I was having. So that's great. So let's just compare. I mean, I updated this code myself, so I'm gonna like confirm updated database. So creating that pull request. Now we gonna merge it in there. Confirm. Add a new line. Saying good to go. We're gonna confirm that merge. Now I'm gonna delete that branch. Delete that branch. Delete that branch. And we good. Now, if you ever want to just like, if you familiar with this and you want to just go in here and maybe like work on the code yourself, you can. I got this open to anybody. All you need to do is go right here to code, copy it, maybe HTTPS, maybe easier if you're a beginner. You got different options for you. I challenge you to do it through the clone this repository through SSH just to give yourself a challenge. So I mean, I don't have it in the description. You could just go to my GitHub B1K-00. It's under the repository, my to-do app. You see a few of my repositories right there. Look at me, man. You see, I'm really working on this a little bit more, trying to get a little active, show my GitHub skills, show my coding skills, software engineering skills. You see, I'm consistent. This day two. This day two, I'm trying to make them all green though, man. I follow some people and theirs is like all green. Let me show y'all somebody I follow. I think Mr. Hightower stuff. No, not him. Uh, what about him? No. Some people don't code a lot though, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people code a lot, some people don't. Especially when you don't have to reinvent the wheel a lot though. You really don't. You could just. I can't even find a good person right now for y'all. That's why I want to follow some more people on here though. It's a good one. He been on this thing lately this year, ever since January. But he has some stuff for us to check out. Look, dependency injection. I'm gonna check that out after this. I need to get something to eat. So if you tuned into the stream, thank you. Probably gonna be doing this every day. It don't matter if you support me or not. This, like I said, once again, it's really just for myself. Look back on once I'm further down in my career, I could be like, yeah, I really did that. You know. But yeah, tap in with me. Tap in with me. Thank y'all and enjoy your day. Stop the stream. Stop the stream. I was on